at the rhythm of the sun. Well, I was wide awake until the dawn upon her face, and the echoes of our song as it hummed along. So stay with me, you are my missing pieces. Oh, you are my missing pieces. You are my missing pieces. So won't you stay with me?
Good morning. Happy
Good morning.
Wednesday. Happy midweek,
Indeed.
everyone. Welcome, Thronelys and friends, and Johnny, and his.
And Richard.
I'm learning the T-shirts. This is the Step Brothers reference,
Yeah.
correct? All right, I got it.
I'm
this
back
time.
into the novelty T-shirts for a little bit. You know why? Because all my other ones are dirty. It's been a very crazy life lately, planning and everything else.
Sometimes
so I
that's
got
the
some
best
laundry to do.
approach.
Yeah.
So today for Reaction Wednesday, we have our very first Indian artist that we've done a live stream. And
Yes.
it's an artist we don't know. So we're doubling down on a mystery reaction.
Nice. It's exciting, this channel. Very exciting.
It is. So today, the name of the person we're reacting to is, I want to make sure I'm reading this right. Pandit Bhimsen Joshi. And Johnny and I have had the pleasure of meeting with a new Indian friend. His name's Sachin. And I had an opportunity over the weekend to speak to another new friend, Dinkar, both of which hooked us up with a lot of information. So that's one of the things we've been struggling with the Indian artists, that understanding the ragas, the music's new, the scale is new, the lyrics are new, the history, the cultural. So we've had so many people reach out and offer their emails and Instagram messages and comments offering to help us. So we are truly grateful for that.
Yes,
but we
absolutely.
did connect with a couple that helped us out with today. So that should hopefully help us get over the initial hurdle of what we're about to check out. But this is going to be exciting. And
Yeah.
I kind of
I'm
want to
psyched.
start. I don't want to wait much
Well,
longer.
let's start.
All
Let's
right,
start.
there's people here.
Before we do, though, if you'd be so kind, please hit the like and subscribe button and ring that bell if you like what you see, so you can always keep up to date with what's going on in the Throga world.
Yes, yes. And let me bring you guys in from the chat. Good morning. And also, if you're loving this reaction and would like to support the channel even further, you can check out the link in the description below there to buy us a coffee or to donate money to help us spend more time on doing what we are loving to do. You can even become a Thronely member that gives you exclusive access to our Sunday shorts and other Throga related events.
Yeah.
All right.
Indeed.
All right, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little nervous reading what I have prepped here because I practiced the pronunciation and it's still going to go sideways. I'll do my best.
It's okay. We appreciate your effort, Richard.
So the first video, this is a documentary of the legendary Hindustani classical vocalist Pandit Bhimsen Joshi. He is the recipient of India's highest civilian honor, the Bahar. And I learned that Bahar, if I'm saying that correctly, was what India was originally called. That's where that comes from. And then the other word means jewel. So that's cool.
When was that? Not to quiz you.
Please don't
Sorry.
ask me any more questions.
Yeah, wow.
No, you could ask people in the chat
Yes,
questions.
when was that chat? Yes.
In this short film they're about to watch, he presents the raga Mion Melar. Yes, I said that right. The quintessential rain raga that evokes gathering monsoon clouds, flashes of lightning, strong winds, and a sustained downpour. And a bit of context about Bhimsen Ji. His father initially didn't support him pursuing music, so he ran away from home in search for a guru, and apparently over several years learned from a lot of different teachers, and eventually went back home with his father's blessing to study with Pandit Soe Gandharva, who became his lifelong guru. So Bhimsen Ji was known for an intense Riaz routine. I guess it's a practice routine for like 12 to
Okay.
15 hours a day. Talk about dedication. This forged his breath control, tone, improvisational skills, all of that. And for those of you who may be here that are new to the Hindustani vocal structure, the performances often begin with an alap, which is a slow, unmetered intro that sketches the raga's mood. So they don't really know what they're going to do yet. They sketch it out. Then they move into a vilambit, which is a slow tempo bandish, then accelerate through the madhya laya, which is a medium tempo, and then finally into what's called the drut, which is the fastest tempo. So in drut, the singers often unleash garland-like tones, testing creativity, agility, and rhythmic percussion. And Bhimsenji's tones are especially renowned for being both melodically inventive and notoriously difficult to replicate. Are we ready?
Nice job, Richard. Yes. Nice job.
My work is over.
No,
Now I can enjoy it.
Yes. Again, the connection to jazz, just in the sketches. So that's, when Miles Davis did his famous album Kind of Blue, that's what they did. They would just kind of do a sketch of a loose idea of what they wanted to do, and then they would just go off and do it. And
Okay.
it's exciting.
Yeah, no, the similarity is great there. So thank you, Saikat, if I'm saying your name correctly. It's from the Indus River Hindu community residing between the Himalayas and the Indus River. Okay, very cool.
Okay.
All right, let's check this out.
A song is a framework for worship, not because of its words, like a hymn, but in the actual creating of sound, the music itself. In India, making music is an act of worship. Music, art, religion are pathways for seeking and exploring into the true nature of man and of all created things. The
Right in
temple
my
of the
alley. I
goddess
love this.
Parvati on a hill above the city of Pune in western India. One of India's great singers often comes here with his family to enjoy the morning
Hey, Matt.
freshness before the day turns hot. His name is Bhimsen Joshi. Stretching below him is the region of the old Maratha kingdoms. Tradition and history are part of his life because they are part of his music, and music is his life.
12 to 15 hours a day.
In India, tradition is everywhere, and modern life is everywhere,
Man.
and so is the interplay between them. Bhimsen Joshi has a footing in both worlds, but the strength of his music comes from a tradition. Though the tradition is ancient, it is vigorous and alive. In his city, the inheritance of tradition and history are strong. Nonetheless, Pune, the Marathi capital, has 1 million people, thriving industries, scientific research, a lively university.
This was
I'd love to
posted
visit
7
that
years.
place.
This is
Bhimsen
1971.
Joshi is a classical singer. He sings for radio, recordings, big public concerts, and sometimes small, intimate concerts in private households. In traditional style, he is accompanied by the tampura, a subtle and hypnotic drone, the unceasing keynote of any classical raga, whether performed by the human voice or a musical instrument. The tab.
What is the difference between the tempura and was it the vira? I'm trying to think of the name of the other instrument. If anybody of you know in the chat, I'm curious what the difference is.
Human voice or a musical instrument.
Oh, sorry.
The tabla, tampura, and harmonium support the singer. There is no harmony, only a solo line of melody. All of India's classical music is based upon the human voice. Solo instruments imitate the singer's range of
You're
tones and emotions.
Yep.
The raga form is the essence of Indian classical music. The raga is a structure within which the musician explores and recreates a certain emotion or mood. It is not a set performance, but a discovery within a framework. The singer, with his whole being, embodies the mood and spirit of the particular raga.
That's cool.
The tabla furnishes the timescape, which is the rhythmic base of every raga.
It keeps rotating.
Thank you.
The approach to this music is emotional, intuitive, reflective, an exploration and a seeking. Most ragas are associated with a particular mood or emotion, some with a special hour of day or season of the year. The raga which Bhimsen is going to sing is linked traditionally with the season of rains. The rains of India are the means of life. They display the power of nature, the mysterious forces which govern the life of man. The rains bring renewal, refreshment, and joy. A famous raga associated with the rainy season is called Mia Malhar. It begins with an unaccompanied statement of the raga theme and mood. Then, with rhythm entering, a slow movement follows, a song of devotion, asking God's blessing, mercy and happiness for all mankind. The text closely resembles the Lord's Prayer of Christian worship. Next comes a fast movement, a song of passion and longing. The time of rolling storm clouds and rain is the time of love. The lover, separated, far away, thinks of his beloved with despairing loneliness in this season of renewal, passion, and sensuous delight.
Oscillation in the tone.
I'm going to pause it here. I don't want to pause this too much. This is our first time reacting to an entire raga, actually. So I really want to let it flow. But just to acknowledge a couple things. You referenced oscillation. So I imagine maybe some of our viewers don't know exactly what that refers to in terms of the frequency.
You'd probably know the technical definition better. But when you do that thing you do that's so cool.
No, well, what you just said is a good example
the frequency,
of it.
it's just changing, yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same fundamental, right? It's you got the like that's maybe the pitch in terms of that's the speed of vibration of the folds, and then it's like changing the resonant space that gives it like the feeling of a pitch change,
yeah,
even though it's
flowing.
not. So you get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Highlighting like a. that changing the pitches
Yeah.
there is more like distinct steps as opposed to like a very gradual, more meditative kind of flow to it.
Yeah, it floats. It definitely floats.
And it pulls out, it inspires, I imagine, the singer of what to do with the melody because he's just sketching things out right now. And so that
Yeah. I love how
interplay
connected he is. Yeah.
yes, super interesting. And the towel, thank you for Equitone for bringing this out. You said, so the towel of Ektal is 12 beats. First one is slow tempo, and then the second one is a fast tempo.
Mm.
So that's what we're going to experience. So I'm gonna try to just try not to interrupt this, even though I'm going to be really tempted because it's so fascinating.
I know. One last thing too, just I mean, you have to be so present in this music, and I would say you have to be present in all music, but definitely this music, because just like jazz, it's like you have to be there in the moment because you're making things up on the spot, but also the spiritual element too. I mean, he's just locked in.
Yes,
which
well,
I
the
love
sense
that
of presence.
about it.
Even his note choices, just like the resonance on the low end, just like finding harmonics and interplay. I can't wait to see where this goes. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for all the information in the chat. By the way, if I don't acknowledge it, doesn't mean we're not appreciative or seeing it.
Yeah.
We're just trying to experience the music live as well. So thank you for that. I'll do a pause here. There is, I know. So his inflections, his gamakas, his tons, right? If I'm saying the name correctly, some of the decorations he's putting in there. They're so fast and clean and consistent. So it's not just going up like a whole step or whatever the intonation or interval distance is. The repetition to it so quickly, the back and forth is, very often there's like, okay, you're going to start here, then you're going to go to these two notes and then land here. He keeps like rooting back. So to go, it's, that speed of repetition. I can't imagine. Well, we already know how many hours he spent.
I was going to say, it's almost as if he dedicates himself 15 hours a day.
It's almost as if that's what he's done. But the breathing, there's like this cyclical thing that's taking place of like where he's taking breath. It's not predictable, but it's stream of consciousness, which is what you're saying earlier. I mean, that's what you do with jazz a little bit too, right? It's like you have to be just connected on a something beyond the music. It's something intangible. You call it spiritual, call it energy, call it whatever, but it's like you have to like let it like move through you almost to guide what's taking place.
You're walking that razor's edge of the analytical mind is still on, but you're also letting go at the same point and letting whatever is there flow through you. And that's like I said, razor edge. I mean, to walk that fine line. And I'm trying to do that listening to it. Because I'm trying to stay lucid because I'm so just viscerally into this music. With my current schedule, it's been hard for me to meditate, and these videos that we've been doing on Indian music are so valuable because it's like my meditation time, and I can't even help it. I just get sucked down into this vortex of silence or whatever you want to call it, and my goodness. So I'm trying to stay analytical so I can be of some service on this
otherwise you're just going to zone out and we're not going to see you do that. Which I think our audience would allow you to do if you're finding that connection, let yourself go there a little bit,
It's a powerful pull. It's just so beautiful, and it's so there's just something about it. Just the flow of it. and the freedom of it, but it's obviously it's still structured. But there is just something
It's
about it
rooted
that just
in, yeah.
pulls me into the silence.
I can see why he's a legend already in just this little clip in terms of his just connectivity. I think is beyond words. That's really what it comes down to. There's a lot of singers that can maybe technically do what he does, maybe not as low or as powerful or whatever. I mean, you can argue that all day, but the connection and the fluidity in what he's doing that's beyond the typical skill set.
Theoretically speaking, too, I love. I mean, there's something about the drone, the underlying drone, where there's a freedom in the melody. So you're not restricted by a certain scale or mode. You're kind of you have that fluidity to be able to traverse in and out of modes and scales.
Sure.
So this is basically droning in E flat, and some of the notes that are, I mean, there's inflections that I still have yet to pick up, but certain notes that he's landing upon, like it can be, the octave, it can be, I've heard the major seventh being,
Mm-hmm.
and usually that's in most cultures, that's okay, that's your mode. You have kind of that major seventh feel. But I mean, I'm hearing, he's going on that sixth tone, but then the dominant seventh.
Yes. It's like he's.
So there's that freedom to just go these different harmonic frameworks within the same. I mean, it can be within the same phrase, and that's because there is the drone, and it flows in such a just way.
Hearing him weave and highlight harmonics taking place from the drum, from the tempura, and just finding that and resting on that and moving around it is awesome. All right, so back to it. It sounds like he's about to speed up here a little bit into the second phase. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I was hearing. Let's continue.
All right, I'm gone. Major seventh right there.
Pulls you up.
Minor seventh.
Playing back and forth with another instrument. I love the call and answer thing happening.
Wow. Wow.
I'm sorry, I need to play that back. Hold on.
Oh.
Can you replicate that for me, Johnny? I just want to hear it back.
On the piano?
No. With the lyrics.
No, I cannot. Whoa.
I'm going to dare to try just a little bit. So it's not a vibrato, obviously. So it's the vibrato is like you have a fundamental, and then you oscillate the actual speed of vibration, up and down. This is like more of a. Is there an Indian term for this? A classical Indian classical musical term for this? To me, it's like a tremolo, where it's almost like the air pressure has to constantly change. His pressure control, subglottic pressure is outstanding because it's oh my goodness, I'm totally embarrassed myself. Like it's really hard. Because the diaphragmatic relationship between the intercostal muscles of the rib cage, like just that dynamic of pressure on and off here around the lungs in relation to the tension of the folds turning on and off. And then he's moving up just multiple registers, just soaring up effortlessly while maintaining that cadence. I mean, that is next
really
level
difficult
cool.
to do. Can you also address so the sitting posture, which I noticed right away, just keeping in mind the 12 to 15 hour a day practice. I'm 6'4". It's really hard for me to sit sit that way, cross-legged like that.
I'm sitting that way right now.
No, I cannot. So I think that would be a huge challenge for me. Otherwise, I'd do the 12, 15 hours. No problem.
That's what's stopping you.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what's stopping me. No, but so obviously that's just the challenge of doing that. I'm sure he's trained his body to be able to sit like that. How does that affect, as Latte Lover asked, how does it affect the singing in that posture?
Well, this is kind of proof there's no negative impact if you don't have a negative behavior in this position, is really what it comes down to. So because as long as your spine the muscles around your spine isn't stiff, that there's just a little bit of a play, there's a softness of the muscles, it comes down to balance. So if you're balancing your head over your shoulders and your sternum and down into the pelvic area, if there's a balance there, this feeling is the same thing you have when you stand up. There's kind of the idea that if you're standing is when you can sing at your best, and you can access some movement and play and a sense of freedom with your spine when you're standing, maybe a little bit more easily, if that's what you do. But if this is, we've seen singer after singer in around the world at this point, where some of the best performances, they look like they're just chilling in the chair, right?
That's true.
So
yeah.
I think it's really the idea of standing up properly to sing at your best is just kind of
an old
right?
wives' tale.
So
yeah. Oh, I remember. So obviously I'm a Beatles fan, as most people know, and my initial introduction to Indian music was through the Beatles. Which, kudos to the Beatles for having the skills to recognize the importance of this music and implementing it into their own sound. Nobody was doing that, so it's like it doesn't take much to recognize the greatness of this music, but they did.
Thank you.
And so when he was learning sitar from Ravi Shankar, he was having a real hard time with his hips. He would get sore during the practice sessions. So he had to do yoga poses to just get to the place where he could practice. So that's kind of what came to mind when I saw that. It's like, it's unless you're accustomed to that, it's a different
I think
thing.
it's being accustomed to it, and especially if it's something you always do growing up, that assists too. But breathing wise, there's no negative impact as long as you remain soft.
And interesting, the Rajveer said the posture is dependent on the diet. More veggies, less meat can make you sit like that for hours.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah.
And by the way, I don't know his name. Who's playing? All the musicians are great. The tabla, his name is Pandit, which I learned. Pandit means master or maestro. His name is Chandrakant Kamat. Is his name? He's outstanding. His interplay too is he's dialed in. All right, Here we go. Finish this out.
Oh, this is
divine, as someone pointed out.
Cool. Major 7 up to the octave. Wow, so precise.
Never heard anyone do this. You said that was his wife on the sitting behind him?
Yes, yes.
Reflecting on what they just did.
थोड़े समय के लिए जवाब
Wow. Wow. That was an experience. Just again, hearing this amazing instrument that we all have access to delivered and expressed in a just completely new way to my ears. And the relationship
mine
of
too.
his, obviously his breathing, but every cell in his body was present. I mean, obviously the movements are, might seem outlandish, but I'm sure that's how he's able to access all of the creativity that's taking place, the tones and everything, is because he's allowing his entire self to be energized by and express what he's feeling, and that's
right. Well, again, it's the balance kind of that I was talking about before, with the analytical brain, and then the other side where you're just being present in the moment and just letting it flow. But this second movement where it's more evocative, it's more passionate. So where the first movement's more introspective, definitely more more calm, and then the other one is like basically expressing all the human emotions, the love, the passion, the anxieties, the fears, letting it out. And the balance of having that passion come through in your performance while also maintaining your discipline and technique. And that's, the masters are the best at that, because you can't lean one side too much to one side. If it's too passionate, then it just overrides the technique, and it's just kind of, okay, it's just a mess. Sometimes that's cool, but usually it's
it has
more
moments.
of a mess. And then if it's the other side, then it's devoid of, if it's all technique, then you miss that real human raw expression. And again, it's just he's just riding that razor's edge of, he's just got one foot in one world, one foot in the other world, and it's just, they're going together perfectly.
Yes.
And yeah, that's just, man, that's
that was
exquisite.
awesome.
And then musically, it's just so interesting to me. Basically using, I just don't hear melodies that will go between those two notes, which are, it's a major seventh and a minor seventh,
and it fit somehow.
Just there's just a freedom there, which every mode has its own. In Western music, every mode has its own emotion that it conveys, and usually within a song, you have one mode or maybe two or something, possibly. This one, the modes are just coming in and out, and they're just being like one to the other. So it's just the range of emotions that can take place in one song is there's just so much more realm of possibility. So I love it for that, for sure.
So I know we had a couple coffees I want you to address, but real quick, I just want to set up what we're going to see next. I see lots of requests coming in. A lot of you might be new to our live streams. Today we're not taking live requests. So any music you want us to react to, please leave them in the comments after the live stream. That's what we go through. We do not look at chat for that. It's too much to figure out. And what we're about to listen to is, because we wanted to hear his content, his voice, was used often in films. So we wanted to hear a little bit of that as well. So we're going to check that out next. And I see a lot of requests for, ironically, for Lada Mengaskar. Well, we just recorded a reaction to her singing. It's going to be out on Monday, I think. And Johnny and I had a chance to see our first Bollywood clip ever. So that was really exciting. So that's coming out on Monday. And right now we're going to watch another one, this time with Bhimsen Joshi performing. But Johnny, the coffees.
Yes, coffees. Yes. So before our show started, someone bought us 3 coffees. Keep the awesomeness going. Latte Lover bought us 5 coffees. She says, "Thank you for bringing us along on this musical and cultural journey. Much appreciated."
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Latte.
Thank you.
Always
Latte.
much appreciated for you. And then Chris bought a coffee. Fascinating / wonderful journey. Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that last performance too. I guess I could sum it up with, it's the balance of the conscious and the subconscious brain just coming together in a beautiful, or mind, I should say, not brain.
I would disagree. It's actually the subconscious and the unconscious. So the conscious is the prefrontal cortex, right? So that's the idea of like, okay, I'm going to do this. It's like a plan thing. His 12 hours a day of training is the subconscious skills, and his unconscious is the midbrain. So that's going to be the emotional center. So your conscious,
I think combination of 3.
It's a combination of 3,
yeah.
but the conscious effort is dimmed pretty low. It's kind of like, okay, here's what I'm sketching out. There's maybe some, conscious awareness of the other musicians taking place, but he's unleashing his emotional center in a cocktail driven explosion with his subconscious skill sets. That's really what it does, because the consciousness sometimes gets in the way if you overthink it.
Sometimes, yeah, but I think there's got to be, obviously there's like you said, there's planning and there's an awareness.
Yes.
It's like, if you're driving a car, you can't be meditating. You have to be alert to what's happening, so there's that aspect of it. So I think that there's the perfect balance of that.
For sure. Okay, jumping in on this one. So next we're going, and again, we got some notes in advance from Dinkar and Sachin, so thank you for that. Next we're going to watch a scene from Bollywood film Ketaki Gulab Juhi, which is a classic raga-based duet from the 1956 film Basant Bahar. The composition interweaves phrases from 2 pure Hindustani ragas. One is Basant and the other Bahar, into a musical dialogue. And as I mentioned, we just watched our first Bollywood clip yesterday. It's coming out next Monday with Lata. The scene is framed as a royal court contest. The court's established vocalist first, sung by Bhimsen Joshi and portrayed by actor Shiv Raj. Then a challenger responds, sung by another famous singer, Manna and portrayed by actor Bharat Bhushan. You'll hear virtuosic call and response, sargam passages, and tons, all while staying true to the raga's character. The lyrics paint a romantic tableau, which is a wife on a swing amidst blossoms and hummingbees, and in accompaniment of her husband, who is enamored by her sweet talk, laughter, and shy demure. According to accounts from the production, the filmmakers consult Bhimsen Ji to shape the song's concept, and then the lyricist Shalandra then refined the text, and the music was composed by the iconic duo Shankar and Jack Ishan. And it's one of the most beloved raga-inspired film songs of the 50s. Okay, that's cool to hear Shankar brought back into the conversation.
Yes.
Here we go.
सारेगामा कारवां इस तोहफे में है 5,000
केतकी गुलाब जूही चंपक बन फूले केतकी गुलाब जूही चंपक बन फूले ऋतु बसंत अपन कंत गोरी गरवाल घाए झूलना में बैठे आज पी के संग झूले केतकी गुलाब जूही चंपक बन फूले गल गल कुंज कुंज गल कुंज कुंज गुन गुन भारों की गूंज राग रंग अंग अंग छेड़त रसिया नंग कोयल की पंचम सुन दुनिया दुख भूले 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 गेत की गुलाब जूही चंपक बन फूले गेत की गुलाब जूही गेत की गुलाब जूही चंपक बन फूले
Pulse is just right on.
It's amazing. This is Manna singing. More legato style.
गुलाब जो है चंपक बन फूले केत की गुलाब जो है चंपक बन फूले ऋतु बसंत अपनों कंत गोरी गरवा लगाए झुलना में बैठ आज पी के संग झूले पी के संग झूले केत की गुलाब जो है चंपक बन फूले मधुर मधुर थोड़ी थोड़ी मीठी बतियों से गोरी मधुर मधुर थोड़ी थोड़ी रसा ददनी रसा मदनी रसा निदपा दगा मगगा निगा मगर सा ससमा पगा मनी ददनी निमा मनी निमा गरे सर दबा मगा मदनी दरे ददनी दबा मगा मगर सा मधुर मधुर थोड़ी थोड़ी मीठी बदियों से गोर चित चुराए हंसत जाए चित चुराए हंसत जाए चोरी कर सिर झुकाए शीस झुके चल चल लट गालन को छूले गालन को छूले केत की गुलाब जो चंपक बन फूले केत की गुलाब जो चंपक बन फूले केत की गुलाब जो गुलाब जो ये कैत की
Interesting.
कैत की गुलाब जूही चंपक बन फूले कैत की गुलाब जूही.
And then it ends. Wow. I mean, so Manna has the upper, what we'll just generically say the upper register in terms of just having there's the impact, and his voice just really cuts through and has more of a legato approach to what's taking place. But these are two different ragas, as you guys explained. So they're going to move differently in terms of how they ascend and descend the notes, I'm presuming.
Sure.
But man, when Bhimsen Joshi comes in, it's just like a freight train. It's just like, whoa. It's just like, wow.
And the two of them together was really cool. The call and answer thing was really neat.
Yes. It was a cool dance.
That pulse, that like the way that rhythmically is just it on the surface it sounds, it's more technically locked in than you'd think, and when you actually break it down, it's like wow. And it's so precise the way that the rhythm of that stutter is going,
and adjusting to the tempo exactly. If it was faster or slower, that stutter, that ton where I would call it a tremolo, that pulse is going to be paced out rhythmically differently based on the tempo of the piece, and so he's able to adjust that, which is just another level of crazy skill set. That was wild.
Really wild. I love this music so much. I do. I really love it.
This is really fun. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us today. Let us know in the comments after the live stream what other reactions you'd like to see from us in the future. We have more coming, more Indian artists absolutely coming very soon, more lessons coming as well. We hope you enjoyed yourself. Be sure to hit that like button. That lets the YouTube algorithm know other people should watch it too. We appreciate that. We hope you all have an amazing day, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the information too. We appreciate it. Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.